She drives to the lane, kicks it out. Huggins for another three. Yeah!
Lauren Huggins. This is great coffee, and you mentioned you have a coffee addiction.
Yeah, you know, coffee, Coke, just basically caffeine gets me through the day. I don't know where it came from or when it, brought itself to life.
Well, we're gonna have to cut back. Also, soda has a lot of sugar, so.
I know, trying to work on my figure, it's okay.
Your coach will be talking to you about that one. It was the first day of the second semester. How did your classes go? Did you go?
I did. I always go to class. But it was good, I'm taking sports governance, so I'm gonna get to see a lot of the athletic department every day and all of that good stuff. And then I actually missed practice for my other senior seminar, but it's okay, I cleared it with coach. So.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Maybe just a little. No, never. I love school.
Your major is ethnic studies, you have a minor in leadership. What made you get interested in these?
So at first I was an integrative physiology major. I wanted to work with athletes, maybe do physical therapy, and then I was pretty big on diversity and inclusion and ethnic studies. I had taken a few classes dealing with that, and it just really sparked my interest, so I decided to switch over. And then they offered the minor program just recently, and I figured not a lot of people might have a leadership minor, so it might set me apart.
You are injured at the moment. Could you give us an injury update? When could we expect to see you back? Because we all want to see Lauren Huggins back on the court.
Yeah, so I've been battling a little bit of knee injury since about July, and we finally found something that will get me out on the court, so we ended up doing a platelet-rich plasma injection into my knee, and It's been a slow progression, but you should see me in a uniform, fingers crossed, for our Utah game, so look for me then. But I've been running on the court, doing some cutting, jumping, shooting, still know how to shoot, thankfully, so hopefully I'll be out there soon.
5 years on the basketball team, what would you say is the biggest life lesson on and off the court you've learned throughout these 5 years?
I would definitely say learning how to handle and get through adversity. Everything's not picture perfect. As a collegiate athlete, we obviously go through injury, we've been through coaching change, and you get a few curveballs now and then, but being able to handle and get through adversity with a smile on your face, I think is definitely something that I, as well as many other of my teammates, have been able to learn.
So you grew up in Littleton, Colorado.
Yes, I did.
Not far from Boulder. What has the experience been like going to elementary school, middle school, high school, college in Colorado? What made you want to stay in Colorado?
So obviously, born and raised here. And when I was going through the whole recruiting process, I definitely wanted to get as far away from my parents as possible.
They're gonna watch this.
I know, I love you, Mom and Dad, but they already know. And so we were going through the recruiting process, and I would visit schools, and I'd obviously come up here a lot growing up and even through the recruiting process, and I always had this to compare to other schools, and nothing really excited me, or I didn't love a campus as much as I loved it here. And another big factor was that my parents were here, and they're far enough away, like Littleton's 45 minutes away, so it's far enough away, but close enough that they can come to my games and act as a surrogate parent to the rest of my teammates, and sometimes cook me a home-cooked meal and do my laundry. Thanks, Mom, love ya.
What is your favorite thing to do when you're not on the basketball court?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You should have been prepared. This show is called Off the Court, so.
I do a lot of napping. I like to nap. Does that count as a hobby?
Sure.
Outside of that, I like to go to the movies. Sometimes I go alone.
I like the movies. You don't have to go alone anymore.
Oh, okay, because sometimes I get stares of people
and
looking
awkward,
for where my
right?
other friends are, and sometimes it's nice to be alone, but we have the flat irons in our backyard. Hiking is always fun. Haley Smith likes to drag us out there sometimes when it's nice, but just getting to enjoy my time off the court is spread out.
Looking at last weekend, what's the number one thing you need to improve on going into these games?
Well, it's definitely going to be a hard trip, playing on the road is always hard. I think what we can take from our previous games against Cal and Stanford would be that we definitely need to box out. We're a little smaller than most post players and even guards in some positions, but we need to learn how to box out and push back and then just execute what we do best and fulfill our roles, and I think it'll be a good weekend.
And that's where your leadership minor
comes in, yeah. You'll see me out on the bench. I'm really good at this. Clapping, I've gotten really good at that, but yeah.
Cheerleading.
No.
We have that at CU.
Do you see how tall I am? I couldn't be at the top of those pyramids.
You can do whatever you put your mind to. Lauren, cheers.
Cheers, thank you so much.
And you may want to rewatch this episode because guess what? There's nothing in here. So rewind to the beginning. And yeah,
it was great though.
No dinner, no coffee.
6:15, what do you expect?